Okay, friends, as I promised you, today we're going to start with the chess games teaching. And as in anything, we have to start from the beginning. And the beginning is for you to know the names of the pieces that we use in chess. And so I'm going to start showing you every single piece and tell you the name of each piece. And in future tutorials, I will teach you how to have openings in chess, where the piece move, and where they cannot move. And we'll go from there on many tutorials until I teach you how to defeat a chess champ. So to start with, this here is a chessboard, and it has 64 square. A square going one way and the A square going that way. If you multiply 8 by 8, you get 64. Each camp in chess, and later I will teach you all of this about camp and strategy and all of that. But each camp the player occupies 16 squares. There are 16 squares occupied by the what they call black pieces, and 16 squares occupied by the black pieces. And later on, I will tell you about the pieces. They don't have to be white or black. They can be a different color. Like these pieces here are not white, they're like beige, and the other ones are not black, are brown. So when you get the pieces, there has to be a distinction between one camp and the other camp that are going to be playing chess. So this, in chess, all the officers of the army, because chess symbolizes two armies fighting against each other. So in chess, the main officers of an army occupy the first position here, and then the regular soldiers go this way here in the second row. So from left to right in the white pieces here, this is called a rook. It's a piece that has the geometry of a tower, like those towers built in walled kingdoms to look at the advancing armies. They were coming. They had watchmen just checking the advancing army that was approaching their kingdom. So this is called rook. In English, it's called rook. In Spanish, it's called tower, and because it symbolizes the geometry of a tower. And this goes, there are two of them, one on the outmost left side of the board and one on the right side of the board, like here. The second piece next on the right of the rook is called knight. In English, it's called knight, like those knights that to fight in the armies. They had a horse, and they rode the horse, and they had the armature and all that. So this is called a knight. in Spanish it's called horse, like if they were a horse. And this third piece from the left to the right, next to the knight, is called bishop. I guess bishops were tough guys. They got this sword and used to go to the battlefield, so they call them bishops. And they are called alfiles in Spanish. And the next piece here is actually the king. All the pieces here, but later in the next tutorial I will teach you all the strategy and all that, what symbolizes what. But this next piece here, which is the tallest one, this piece, they build it with a cross on the top of his head. And this is the king. That's the main guy that all these other pieces try to protect. So this is the king, and it goes on the right side of the first bishop. And next to the king is the queen. That's the king's woman. So she goes here, and later I will tell you she's the most ferocious and feared piece in all the chess games. So this is the queen, or reina in Spanish, and it goes to the right of the king. And this one here is the bishop again. It's like this one bishop on the left here, on the third position, and this bishop goes next to on the right of the queen. And next is another knight. There are two knights and two bishops in any chess game in the white pieces, and so it's the same with the black pieces. They got two bishops and two knights. And so this is the knight again, and it goes here on the right of the bishop, and on the left for the rook, which is the second rook, the rook that goes on the right of the knight. In the front, all these officers here that I had named, there are those simulate like the regular soldiers in an army. They don't have ranking or anything. In chess here, they are called pawns. In Spanish, they are called peones, but in English, they are called pawns, like the pawns that work in the factory, whatever. So all of these are pawns. This one here, there are 8 of them, each one in front of an officer of the army. And the same is for the black pieces. They have 8 pawns in the front, and looking from here, they go. The player on that side, they see the officer, like I see my officer here up close to me, and the player on the other side see the officers close to him, and in front of them, the 8 pawns. So this is a small tutorial to let you know, starting from the beginning, where we should start, the name of the pieces. And I'm gonna repeat them: rook, knight. See that good looking knight there? It's a knight. Bishop, and the king, the one with the cross on the top of his head, the king. and next to it his lady, the queen, and next to the queen here goes the second bishop, and next to the bishop this piece is called knight again, the second knight in the white game, in the white army. And lastly, on the almost right is the rook. In the front of these pawns, there are 8 of them lined up just in a row, in the second row from the player that had the white. So the second row is this one here. This is the first row, second row. And in the next tutorial, I will teach you the name. Every single square has a name. Like this square here on the right as a letter name for it, and the second one, the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, the sixth, the seventh here, and the 8th. So they all have names, which is an alphanumeric name used in chess to describe the position of the pieces when you're playing, and when it's written in books or magazine, whatever, that we use the alphanumeric description where the particular piece might be located in a particular moment. So the tutorials that I'm gonna be teaching in chess are so you can find it in the media. You can find it in YouTube, my channel in YouTube. They all start with the name chess, and then what this particular lesson is gonna be. In this one, naming the pieces. So it will be, to find the video, you find the name chess, and later you find the name naming the pieces, and then there will be a number, will be like 01, because it is the first tutorial, so it'll be 01. The second tutorial I'm gonna give later on, it will be chess, and then explaining the move, and then 02, because it is second tutorial, and so on. Every single I had no idea how many tutorials I will be teaching about chess, but I'm planning having games play against the computer also. When you have more knowledge, I will play chess games against the computer. And so there will be many tutorials for chess. We'll have tutorials about openings, the best opening to start a game. And as an advance, whites open the game. The white pieces always start the move, and then the blacks reply. So I hope this will help you a little bit to start a little knowledge about learning how to play chess. And until I see you next time, have a good time. And this is Charles